Hey, everybody, this is Captain Yeet here for you for the anime moments that hit. Today we're going to be doing number 79, A Silent Voice. So let's get into it. I didn't realize it at first, but my very first time actually seeing a silent voice was in high school. There was this thing called the anime club that you can go to every now and again, and I walked in one day, and it was at the part to where Soko was going to jump off the balcony. And I didn't know what a silent voice was. I sort of just walked in and started talking to some of my friends, but it was in the background playing, and I saw that specific part when, she jumped off the balcony, so yeah, went over to go save her. I wasn't really paying attention. It wasn't until maybe like 2, maybe 3 weeks later, like a long time later, I'm at home. It's super late at night. I'm on Netflix just scrolling around trying to find something to watch. And eventually I run into A Silent Voice. Now, I didn't really put two and two together, but when I was looking at the thumbnail for A Silent Voice and the description, I realized that Soko and Soya, they look kind of familiar. I didn't put two and two together that those were the characters I saw in Anime Club back in high school. But I'm like, they look familiar. I wonder what this movie is. And whenever you go to Netflix and you sort of just stay on a thumbnail for something for long enough, it starts to play the trailer or a little clip from the anime or whatever you're watching, right? So I stayed on it for so long looking at it, trying to figure out exactly who these characters are from, to where I started to play a little clip from the movie. And the clip was specifically the little montage during the flashback scene in the beginning of the movie when they were all kids bullying Soko. And I'm like, what? What is wrong with these kids? And it was like, like at first I was mad because I was seeing these kids bully this deaf girl. And I was kind of interested to see how it was gonna play out. So I started watching it, and that junk was so good. I watched the whole movie that night. I kept telling myself, okay, it's like really late at night. It was like maybe 2 or 3 in the morning. So after the flashback was done, and we go into the time skip when they're a little bit older now, they're like junior high or high school. I was like, okay, I'm going to stop watching this movie and finish it in the morning because, like I said, it was really late at night. But it was just so interesting, Soya met up with Soko when they're older. They're starting to bond a little bit. We meet the little sister. He's starting to become friends with people. The X's on everybody's faces are starting to come off. Like more and more stuff kept happening, and I just kept watching it until eventually I watched the whole movie. I watched the whole movie. I kept telling myself I gotta go to bed. I mean, I didn't have nothing to do the next day, but it was still late. I didn't want to sleep the whole day. I gotta go to bed. But I just kept watching it and watching it. This is such a good movie. I remember I made a review that next day or maybe that same night. I watched the movie. That was just so good. Like going through the trauma of somebody. Because obviously Soko had trauma for getting bullied all the time. I mean, obviously he had trauma. They didn't try to make it seem like he didn't have any trauma for getting bullied as a kid. But the trauma of what the bully would go through if he has remorse and trying to redeem himself and whatever and with all the stuff that he did from back in the day. Like that was a really good angle to take it at, and it was such a good movie. Oh man, this is such a good movie. I used to be watching it all the time on Netflix, and I kept thinking to myself, it's Netflix. Eventually, this movie might get taken off Netflix, and I have nowhere else to watch it. So my very next birthday, that next year, I was like, yeah, I need this. I was like, they were asking my mom, my sister, was like, what do you want for your birthday? I need a silent voice. Get me a silent voice on DVD. I need this. Please give me this movie so I get it on DVD. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. I have three specific moments I want to bring up today. And the very first moment is around the halfway point of the movie. It's a 2 hour movie. It's a long movie, but it's a good movie. I do recommend it. I watched it in dub personally because I watch all my animes in dub. But I guess you can also watch it in sub too if you want to. I'm not gonna dog on you if you watch it in sub. I just me personally, I just can't do sub. I like dub better. But anyway, there's three specific moments I want to get into today. The very first moment is about halfway through the movie is whenever Soko told Soya that she loves him. Oh man, my heart was like pounding. I'm not even in the movie, and my heart was pounding. What made this moment even more sweet is that she tried to talk regularly a bit more. Because as you know, if you watch the movie, she is deaf, so she has to use sign language. But right before this moment happened, Nyoka, yeah, that's her name. Yeah, Nyoka, the friend from. Oh yeah, before I get into this, I just want to say this out loud. His two boys from back in the day, Soya's two boys from back in the day, they suck. Miki, she sucks, and Nyoka, she sucks too. What was that? One, two, three, all four of them, they suck. Oh my goodness, they have my blood boiling throughout the movie. By the way, she tells him she loves him. Before that, I found it really sweet that the moment right before they started to talk to each other, like the day before this, Nyoka was talking to Soya in front of Soko, and Soko couldn't understand them because, well, she's deaf. And then the very next day, she tried to talk a lot more naturally with her voice to Soko to try to seem, not try to be just like Soko, but I think she was like a little bit jealous because, they were talking, she couldn't understand them, and she just wants to be more natural with Soya. So she kept talking to her sister naturally with her own voice, and you can't understand her. Now her voice does sound really high pitched, and it does sound a little off because obviously she doesn't really use her voice like that since she's deaf. She uses sign language most of the time, but she tries to talk to Soya more of her voice. And it was really cute that she was trying to use her voice more, but Soya just couldn't really understand her, so he was just asking her just to sign it out. But oh man, that was so cute, man. I was like, and then when she said, "Is my voice weird?" Yeah. I was like, why would you say that? Oh my goodness, why would you say that? Why? I mean, you just to be honest, but still, like, come on, man. Why would you do that? Oh, I feel so bad for her when she did that. But he made it up to her, but still, I was so upset. And then eventually, after she gave him that gift of, I don't know if you call them, but it's those three little things you put in the plant. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't know what those things were either. When she gave it to him, I was like, what are these? I thought it was candy, but he was like, no, that's not candy. But anyway, after she gave him the gift, she tries to tell him that she loves him. But since, like I said, her voice is kind of off because she doesn't use her voice like that, he couldn't understand her. So she says it three times, and the very last time she says it like really loudly, I love you, but he just couldn't understand it. And eventually he was like, "Oh, the moon," and she felt really embarrassed, so she ran away. But I'm like, "Oh my goodness, that was such a sweet scene." Even I mean, I'm not gonna lie, when she was talking before that, when I just sewed, I could understand it, just barely, but I could. But when she said "I love you," that was the one time where I was like, "Okay, I personally do understand what she's trying to say." But obviously, if I'm in the moment, it would sound a little weird. So I can't blame Sawyer this time. I could blame him for before. I could understand her when she was talking about her little sister just trying to get bread just to eat it. I could understand that. But when this specific moment, okay, I can give Sawyer some slack. Like in the moment, I probably maybe wouldn't have understood the "I love you," but it was right there, man. It was right there. Oh, that was so sad. But that was sweet though. That was really sweet. And now let's get into the second moment. Actually, the second moment is like maybe 20 or so minutes and fast forward. So I'm gonna pause the video really quickly and then get the moment up. It's not gonna seem like anything to you guys, so like a split second, but I gotta get the moment up really quick. Okay, so the second moment I want to bring up today is whenever we get past that moment I just brought up, everybody goes to the amusement park. Soko, Soya, the little sister, Naoka, all the friends that we made at the new high school, and some of the friends that we knew from middle school. Well, not middle school, but elementary school. That's what I meant to say. Elementary school. And whenever we get there, after they get on their first really big roller coaster, we get a montage of them doing a bunch of different stuff. And what's really sweet about this moment is Soya when they're doing the montage, when they're doing a bunch of different rides and eating food and goofing around with each other, he starts thinking to himself, is this okay? Am I allowed, like someone like me that done all the bad stuff that he did in the past, am I allowed to have this much fun? This feeling, it feels so familiar. It's almost like, oh yes, it's like it almost feels like we're almost friends, right? Like, oh, that was sweet, man. Like he just went all the stuff he went through. He's finally got a new group of friends that he can chill with and be happy with. And then, actually, while this moment was going on, the X on Nyoka's face comes off because they're all having a good time. But obviously, after she did what she did with that one dude that he used to be friends with, the X came right back on her face. And this isn't really part of the moment, but I was just so mad and upset when they went on the Ferris wheel together, Soko and Nyoka, and she got mad at Soko for saying she hates herself and hates her. I'm like, what? So probably now that's not part of the amusement park moment I just brought up, but still, I was so mad. Like, what is her problem? Oh my, it was so many things with her in this movie that had me my blood boiling. And then Miki, you already know what scene did the girl with the glasses. No, no, sorry. I'm getting my blood boiling again. If you watch the movie, you know what they did. I don't want to spoil too. I mean, if you're watching this video, I'm spoiling some moments, but I don't want to spoil too much of what they did. If you want to watch it for yourself, but man, oh my goodness, those jokers had me mad throughout the movie. But that's the one. That's the second one that I want to bring up. Where they were having a really good time at the amusement park, and he was finally feeling happy again, happy having friends around him. Some of the extras were coming off of people's faces. It was a really sweet moment. And I got one more moment I want to bring up. I do want to show this one shot. Everybody was having a good time. He's like, I can't believe we're friends right now. It was sweet. But now let me get to the very last moment. So I'm gonna pause it one last time. One last time. Where's the Silent Voice 2 at? I thought I'd make a Silent Voice 2 because this is a movie where you don't really need a second one. You basically, based off the ending, you kind of know where everything's gonna go. But still, they have another Silent Voice 2. I wouldn't be mad at it. I'll definitely see that in theaters. I would not be mad at it. But you don't really need a second one for this kind of movie. I would like it though, but you don't really need. Okay, I'm back, and this is going to be the very last moment I want to bring up. The very last moment I want to bring up is near the end of the movie when Soya went to go see the fireworks of Shoko's family. I really liked that when he went to go see the fireworks, that we got to see everybody's perspective when the fireworks first started. Because at first it was, everybody here. Then eventually we saw the perspective of all the other friends and people that we met throughout the movie, looking at the fireworks too at the exact same time. I did like that. But anyway, after this happened, Soko goes upstairs to go study. I mean, not Soya, Soko's sister told Soko to go upstairs also to go get her camera. But when he did that, he saw Soko trying to jump off the balcony. He was able to run over there in time and grab her, but my heart was pumping, boy. Because throughout the whole movie, I mean, yeah, every now and again you did hear her say that she hates herself and they want to make sure that she doesn't hate herself anymore. But I wasn't expecting her to jump off the balcony. And when that happened, I realized that, oh, this is that movie from Anime Club. Because, like I said, when I first saw this movie, it was an anime club. I was talking to my friends, but in the background, it was this specific moment happening. But I wasn't really paying attention. Even when I saw the characters on Netflix, I'm like, they look familiar. But I don't know where this is from. But as soon as he started to yell, like that yell, oh my goodness, man. You guys have no idea how hard my heart was pumping. When he started to look at her, he didn't realize what was going on. But then when he got closer, when he realized he's trying to jump off the balcony, so he ran, he hit the chair, he starts to yell her name at the top of his lungs, but she can't hear him. And then the curtain was like flowing in the wind. And you see the curtain, then the curtain moves to the side and she's gone. But he was able to run over there just in time and grab her arm. Then he started begging and pleading to God that please give me an ounce of strength to pull Shoko up so she doesn't kill herself. Please just give me one big boost of strength. I'll start seeing people X's on their faces. I'll look people in the eye. I'll respond to people whenever they talk to me. Please, I'll change for the better. Just please let me save Shoko. Give me one good ounce of strength to yank her back up. And he's able to do it. But when he did that, he fell into the water instead of her. Now he was pretty hurt, but well, yeah, I guess I'm already saying this at the moment, but thank goodness he was able to pull her back up so she didn't die. But he was still pretty banged up. But he was decently okie dokie. I remember he lived. I don't remember what specifically happened to him, like if he broke a rib or two, but he was in the hospital for a while. But those are the three moments I want to bring up. Obviously, there's one really big, beautiful moment that happens right after the whole hospital scene. But I guess I'll save that for the next time I talk about Silent Voice. Well, I do want to do an anniversary video for the movie in general. And then the movie came out in like November or something, so I guess I'll do it there. But man, oh man, that was yeah, I'll talk about that moment there, and then whenever I do anime moments that hit for this again, I'll talk about that again too. But yeah, that's about everything that I have for A Silent Voice. I do recommend this movie. It is such a good movie. I saw some people trying to dog on it on Twitter, like maybe 3 or 4 months ago. People were trying to dog on it because it shows sorry, of Soya instead of Shoko with the trauma and stuff. It's like I said, it still shows that Soko went through trauma. Obviously, all the bullying she suffered in elementary school, but it was a really good take. Now, well, I guess I'll say the word good. It was a really good take and a really unique take to show the perspective of the trauma that the bully went through and him trying to make amends and stuff. Like I said, it's a really good movie, man. I recommend it. In sub or dub. Like I said, I watched dub personally, but I wouldn't say this movie would be bad in sub or dub. Honestly, I don't know where it could be watched at right now. I think it's on HBO Max. I think it's on HBO Max. But other than that, I don't know what else you can watch it at. Obviously, you already know me. I had to get the DVD. I had to get the DVD for this. It is such a good movie. But I do recommend this movie. It's really good. And I love this movie so much. I remember I made a review like the next day or so after I watched it. It's a really bad review. That's why I'm going to do another review, like the anniversary thing. But it was, it was a really bad review. But I'm gonna try to do another one when the anniversary comes up. And I also made an edit too. I made an edit. I used to love making edits back in the day on my old computer. I can't make any edits right now on my new computer, but I'm trying to get a better computer so I can. 'Cause I love edits in general. I love making my own. I actually made an edit for this movie too. I'm gonna put in a link in the comics too, because I that's the edit is still up on my Instagram. I look at it every now and again. It's okay. I'm not the best at it, but it's okay. But that's about everything I got for you guys today. So, like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you all later. Thank you all for watching. I thank all of them women human beings, and I see you guys next time. All right, bye bye. I'll end it on a picture of Sioko and of Soya. I'll end it on that. Okay, I'm back, and I get the last little shot. I want to show both of them together. But before I end it, I just want to get this off my chest because I don't know. Well, the next time I'm going to talk about a silent voice is when the anniversary comes up. If I'm able to make a video on the anniversary of the movie, but it just gets me so mad that it's two boys from back in the day in elementary school cut them off so they wouldn't get in trouble, and then they kept spreading the rumors around about what they did, but they didn't want to own up to what they did, but they spread the rumors around when they got into high school about what they did. Like, what? That is sick. And then they're gonna try to redeem themselves to get him out of the water when he jumped on. Well, not when he jumped, but when he tried to save Shoko at the end of the movie, which is a good thing they did. They get him out the water so he can go to the hospital. All they didn't want him to die, but still, everything that they did in the past is still really jacked up. Especially Nyoka when she said what happened wasn't really a big deal and kept calling Shoko a freak and stuff. Like, yo, that was getting my blood boiling. And then Miki was joking out. She didn't go to the extreme doing everything that they did when they were kids, but she was still laughing at Shoko, making fun of her too. And then she tries to, backtrack so she wouldn't get in trouble as a kid. Then when Soya was talking to her, she said, do you think I'm spreading rumors about what happened when we were kids? He said, no, I'm just asking a question. Then she's gonna snitch and tell all of his new friends what he did for no reason. He wasn't yelling at her, he wasn't getting on her, he was just talking to her normally. Then she started crying. I was so scared of him. I didn't do anything. Like, what? Yo, oh my goodness. She had me so bad during the movie. Oh, I just want to get that off my chest because that had me furious. And then they try to redeem, like, yo, this, I would have been spazzing. I would have been spazzing. I would have been sick to my stomach too when she said the first. Oh, but hey, Soko and Soya, that's the ship for me, man. That's the ship. That's the ship. Oh, okay. That's everything I got for you guys today. Sorry about that. Oh, I was so bad. But I love these two together. They're never one I would definitely make it. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. Actually, yeah, let me turn it back on me for a second. Yeah, you guys are probably wondering and maybe asking me in the comics, maybe, but I did hear there is a manga version of this. The manga came out obviously first before the anime movie did first. I mean, the manga came out and then the movie came out. I never read the manga. The only silent voice type of content I ever consumed is the movie, but I did hear the manga is slightly different than the movie. Like that dude with the red hair that Miki kind of liked. I heard he was like sort of meaner in the manga. He was more condescending than in the anime. Because in the anime, he was sort of just a cool, chill dude. He was really nice. He wasn't like that in the manga. I heard there's like slight differences like that in the manga. I don't know if there's any like really big major differences like that completely kind of changes certain elements in certain moments. I don't know if there's anything like that, but I haven't heard of that, but I really haven't looked into it. I might read it one day. It's a 2 hour movie, so the manga, I mean, it should be somewhat long, but not like crazy long if since it's a 2 hour movie. But I might look at it one day to see if there's any like big differences in the plot or anything like that, besides from like characters and stuff like that. But yeah, okay, that's everything. Sorry about that. I wanted to show this for the very last thing, but I forgot to mention the manga stuff. But okay, yeah. Bye. See y'all later. Silent voice, and he's supposed to be the silent voice, right?